Hello again. Well, now gonna do a video that I want to do for a while. This past January 8th, we announced that new Pokemon games will be coming out with Generation 6, Pokemon X and Y for 3DS. And since that time, we've had revelations of the starters. I'm personally gonna go for Fennekin, and then X, and Froakie, and Y. That's how I do it. Different starter different versions, but okay. Might do Chespin efficiency, but yeah, just gonna keep thinking out loud here. Okay. And new evolution, Sylveon, and still no type reveal on that. New legendary, Xerneas and Veltal, and Yveltal, however you pronounce that. And also, just found out a couple days ago that I thought this new YouTube form was fake, or possibly no Pokemon was fake, but turns out it's a real deal, but still hasn't revealed exactly what it is. It personally reminds me of the Xenomorph in the Alien movies. Other people say it looks like a boo, but I think it looks like the Alien. Yeah. And so, I've been thinking out loud about how I feel about seeing the games coming out in October over 3DS. And so, part of the thing I'm going to do is that once I clear the league of my Black 2, and my White 2 games, right, okay, I got this out. I'm going to finally trade in my aging DS Lites towards a 3DS. I'll come up with the money for I need to get the rest of the unit, and get the actual unit somehow, but... So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the Pikachu 3DS in time, but most likely I'll be happy with the Crimson one. It's still, I'll play the game, all my DS games, 3DS games, and all that one, but... Okay. And so far, I've been considerably excited for these games. They are all my most anticipated games this year, and it's on the list, including the Zelda Wind Waker HD, Majora's Mask 3D, the Grand Theft Auto 5, Ivan Bagman, Arkham Origins. And so, I think I can definitely say that definitely is good for business in that one of the most successful Nintendo franchises out there, second only to Mario. That. And also about the missing dungeon games from Infinity. It's not really my thing. But for those who got it and like it, good. I played Bad Rescue Team back in the day, but I conceded that I wasn't very good at it. I also noticed that other games are roguelike subgenre RPGs are even harder. So, anyway, Pokemon X and Y. Definitely excited here for this, and then it seems the new region is based off the continent of Europe. I hope that they also unveiled the new player characters both male and female. They actually can swim by us now, and they have rollerblades in addition to bike, which kind of reminds me of I found out they're going to be a skateboard and gold and silver in development version before they scrapped it. Still available on Chapters Special, but anyway. And definitely gonna make the most out of this, since I've been wanting to do a video like this for a while, as I explained. But yeah, you can tell my hat, my shirt, all ready for this. Yes, and definitely gonna be a good game. For 3DS, I wanted one for Star Fox 64 3D, new Super Mario 3D Land, and for Kid Icarus Uprising. But these two games, Pokemon X and Y, they close the deal that make me officially want to buy a 3DS. Just for those. And also liking how this time it's going to be in full 3D after. It's like the 2D graphics just got progressively better with each generation. Heck, with each new game released. Now we're going to be in full 3D. It's definitely going to be do for Pokemon what Super Mario 64 did for Mario, and what Zelda Ocarina of Time did for Zelda. And also by that proxy, what Metroid Prime did for Metroid. Yeah. Also, it's definitely Pokemon is the first RPG franchise I've ever played. It's still one of my favorites. In that. Occasionally, if one of the spin-off games interests me, I'll go for it, but don't often, to be honest. The show I do regular reviews of the show, how as well as how for the current seasons, the best wishes, and do Pokemon Rambles for the earlier seasons and episodes, but that's a matter of another video. I mean, okay, games, whole point in the franchise is these Pokemon X and Y games are definitely going to be great. I mean, don't think they've ever released a bad one of the main RPG series at all. They probably will never. I mean, this just seems to be one of the most enduring franchises out there in video games. Because it means so much to a lot of people that back when it first came out in the late 90s, people dismissed it as a fad, but now 15 years later, it's become a whole new culture, a whole new subculture of things that the original generation are now young adults and adults that want to make the most of it and want to share it with other people. That's going to be what's most important with this, since a lot of my friendships have been made via Pokemon, and it's just brought so many people together, and it's just become one of the biggest franchises ever. I mean, one of the most successful video game series ever. Definitely, it has become a realm of fantasy and fun to a whole generation, and will be there for generations to come. And I used to be very intolerant of the other generations, but now I've come to embrace the broader view of the franchise, and that how that it's all a part of one big thing. That in a word, it's you and me. I know it's my destiny. You are my best friend in the world. We must have had if you'll pardon the parlance there. So, about how I'm really excited for what that's going to happen with the Europe region here. Don't know what the region's called yet, but also how the male character design is interesting. Of course, I usually be the male character. I mean, why do you think I have the facial hair? I mean, I play female characters in fighting games, but RPGs tend to go for the male characters. And also this whole thing about possible character customization. I think the hat looks fine, but definitely he'd like to see if we can add some additions to the outfit. I mean, plenty of other open world games or RPGs allow you to customize your character. I mean, one game that I was picking up recently is The World Ends With You. I mean, whoops, that's my Zelda game. And let's see that. Hang on, I just got my big DS wallet here. And World Ends With You, customize your clothing in that. Definitely a fan of all the fashions you could have in that game, in since all these strange clothes you could have, but generally this clothing designs of Pokemon tend to be some of the most interesting aspects of it. Yeah. So definitely gonna make the most of this video, and no, it's kind of seems like padding, but I ain't definitely gonna keep talking as long as I see fit. I mean, I actually talk so long in some of these videos I've actually streamed my voice at some points. And so, if you could have seen some of my other videos that are around this length, or if not longer, that my voice started to give out after a little bit. So, and all these Pokemon games definitely have become a vital part of my life. I mean, even though IGN, they've been doing reasonably favorable to them, but they've occasionally given some very interesting opinions on the series. I mean, one statement about that they've actually been kind of reluctant to give high scores most games that aren't shooters lately. And also, I think that's also part of the reason I abandoned Game Informer after long. I mean, it used to be a good magazine, but since they got bought out by GameStop, they kind of had some rather dissenting opinions on Nintendo and most games they've released, and most games that aren't shooters anyway. I mean, it depends on how the story is in shooters. I like the Metroid Prime series, and that heard the Bioshock games are good, but I haven't played them yet. And Call of Duty, don't get me started on those. I mean, to me, real skill comes from the RPGs. I mean, anybody can shoot things. I mean anybody. I mean, it's the strategy in the RPGs that seems to really go for, to be honest. I mean, but it's just getting off track, and also have plenty of things to say about other games that games or other journalists has, but I'll save them below in other videos. Apart from that statement, so also definitely very interested in how we can do with the things we can do with the 3D. I mean, the glassesless 3D. That's a big bonus for me, the 3DS. And so probably being able to play 3D movies on it, but definitely kind of see how it's willing how people utilize it. And also, this is the analog stick. Like that D-pad is nice, but definitely glad I have an analog stick in the handheld. I mean, not just an analog nub like the PSP had. I mean, my PSP won't miss anything, but I didn't really use it enough to care. But also the same opinion. I mean, I've managed to name 5 games in this video that I want to play on 3DS, but almost not, and I still have a grand total of 0 that I've wanted to play on the PS Vita. Maybe if there's a game that I want to play on it, I will buy one, but still, at this moment, there's nothing I want. Anyway, gonna wrap this up with that very excited Pokemon X and Y that really, they're gonna be naming my Fennekin, McCloud, and my Froakie Pimple in those games that I used to not nickname my Pokemon, but I've taken to it in recent years. And see how my tastes reveal on that, and not sure what to name my characters yet, but generally the ones I tend to use most often is one of the presets, or Steven, Matt, Matthew, or Charlie. So, anyway, definitely excited to play this new region, and I think the new Mewtwo form is cool. I mean, I'm also trying to beware of these fake core scans, so in probably episodes it's kind of hard to tell fake ones or real ones. And so that's why what made me skeptical about some of the new Pokemon, and like the new Drowsy form, that think it looks fake, to be honest, but you never know. Well, that's all I have to say. Leave a comment box below, see you later.